We designed the house in a very open way. So we wanted to design spaces that are able to support any kind of life or any kind of use. And we like that idea. Of course, now we use maybe the house in slightly different ways what we used to. But what I like is that the spaces are able to accommodate all these different changes. This area here, it's an area that had been built after the big earthquake. The earthquake was 1755, and this is slightly later. And what we like on the building is, if the buildings are very systematic and very equal, they have this huge quality, and the ground floors, they are very open to be transformed. And it's a building that it's using also all these stones and all these times together, where you can find in the house Roman stones from Gothic stones or stones from very classical times. And they let you do whatever you want. And there was this freedom that we were instinct. A part of having, of course, a garden facing the river. That is a very interesting position to have in the city of Lisbon. Most of the time we are outside, and we are normally, on the garden or even more closer to the building, under the shadow of these plants that we love. But we design everything around this possibility of using the outside space as a main space of the house. Because the garden is always a kind of unique situation in the city. Historical building, it's fascinating because it's full of surprises. We have surprises when you found some stones, we have surprises when you found structures. And here there was a huge surprise, was the well that we assumed it was a well. When the archaeologists they came and they found out it was a huge cistern. And this was extraordinary. And this idea where you can find other moments in history that you can readapt, it's fascinating in terms of working in historical building. On this idea of an evolution, it's always a kind of a surprise. So, for instance, the last thing that we have done is that we made a pergola in the edge of the garden because we wanted to look into the cathedral, and there's a new space. And it was because we start to go there, and in the end we decided, okay, let's build something here. So I think that the houses have to be seen as something that it's dynamic. For instance, we use more now the dining room to work than we used to have dinner. And the kitchen now looks like a living room, because we made wood on the kitchen and make a couch there, and because it was a new way of using the house. I like that on that house. I like the way we continue to change inside. And I think this is very positive for a house that we use, because probably I'm gonna die here, so.